So, what if I told you that a 2,000-year-old conversation from an ancient battlefield in India held the key to navigating the stress and, the total indecision of your modern life? That's exactly what we're going to dive into, the really surprising, super practical wisdom that's hiding in one of the world's greatest texts.
You know that feeling, right, where you're just standing at a crossroads and every single path looks incredibly complicated, and the fear of making the wrong choice just freezes you? You can't move? Maybe for you, it's about a new job, or maybe it's finally ending a relationship that just isn't working, or that classic battle between what your family expects of you and what you really want for yourself. Yeah, that feeling of being stuck, it's just part of being human.
And here's the wild part. That exact feeling is the starting point for this incredible philosophical text. It doesn't begin with some wise sage meditating on a mountaintop. No, it starts with a legendary hero having a complete and total meltdown.
So let's meet our guy, Prince Arjuna. We find him right at his breaking point. He's on a battlefield, literally moments away from the biggest fight of his life. And he falls apart. And what's so powerful here is the contrast. I mean, this is Arjuna. We're talking about the best archer in the world, a man famous for his incredible discipline. But in this one moment, that whole legend just dissolves. The text describes it so vividly. His legendary bow literally slips from his hand. His body starts to tremble, and he's so completely overwhelmed that he physically cannot stand up. This isn't just a little bit of doubt. This is a full-body system failure.
So why did he freeze up like that? Well, it wasn't because he was a coward. It was actually the opposite. He was seeing the situation too clearly. Emotionally, he's looking across the battlefield at his own family, his own teachers. Ethically, he's questioning if the goal is even worth all this bloodshed. He's thinking about the long-term consequences, how this war could destroy their whole society. And then there's the big one, the existential question. What is the point of winning if the victory itself feels like a massive loss?
And after weighing all of that, he just sits down in his chariot and says this, "I will not fight." And that right there, that refusal to act, that's the core problem the entire Bhagavad Gita sets out to solve. How in the world do you act when every choice feels wrong?
This is where the whole conversation gets started. Arjuna's guide and charioteer, Krishna, doesn't just pat him on the back and tell him to, suck it up. Instead, he offers a completely new framework for how to think about action itself. He introduces this idea called karma yoga. And honestly, it is a total game changer. It's not about just doing good deeds to get good points. It's a psychological art. The core idea is this: give your absolute 100% all to the action you need to take. But, and this is a magic trick, completely let go of what happens next. It's about focusing on the process, not the prize. Krishna basically breaks it down into this simple 3-step life hack. Okay, so first, figure out what the right thing to do is for you in your unique situation. We'll talk more about that in a sec. Second, commit to doing it with everything you've got. Total focus, total skill. And third, and this is the liberating part, you have to mentally release your grip on the results. You let go of whether you succeed or fail, whether you get praised or blamed. This one line is probably one of the most revolutionary teachings in the entire text. I mean, think about it. How much of our modern anxiety comes from us just endlessly worrying about outcomes we can't actually control? This idea offers this radical sense of freedom. Your job is the action. The results, the fruits of that action, they aren't yours to worry about. Okay, so that's the big idea. But how do we translate this ancient wisdom from a battlefield into a practical toolkit for our own lives? Let's break down exactly how these ideas can apply to the stuff we face every single day. This is where it gets really practical. So let's connect the dots here. You feeling burned out from always chasing the next goal? Well, the Gita would say that's because you've tied your self-worth to getting a specific result. The practice? Shift your focus to the quality of your effort instead. Or what about being terrified of failure or what other people will say? Just remember, your true self, your core identity, is totally separate from your successes and failures. And that constant anxiety about the future, you can't control it. So just commit fully to the action you can take right here, right now. And remember that first step, identifying your duty? It's not about blindly following some set of rules. The Gita uses this word dharma, which is so much richer than duty. It's really about your unique purpose, your authentic path, the course of action that is true to your own nature.
And this leads to one of my favorite lines, and it's so powerful for our crazy comparison-driven world. The Gita is all about authenticity over conformity. It's saying it is so much better to be a messy, imperfect version of yourself than a perfect imitation of somebody else. Find your path and walk it.
And that's really the key here. The Gita isn't a rule book. It's not telling you what to do. It's a framework for how to decide and how to act with clarity and a sense of inner peace, no matter what's going on around you. Now, we have to clear up this single biggest misconception about all this. When the Gita talks about detachment, it does not mean being cold or indifferent or just not caring. It's the exact opposite. It's the freedom to be fully engaged in what you're doing, to give your absolute all, precisely because you aren't crippled by anxiety about how it's all going to turn out. It is empowerment, not numbness.
So if you're going to take anything away from this, let it be these 4 things. 1, that feeling of being paralyzed, that struggle you're going through, it's universal and it's timeless. You're not alone. 2, the only way through it is to focus intensely on your actions, the one thing you can actually control, and to just let go of the rest. 3, seek out your authentic path, your dharma. Don't just try to copy someone else's. And 4, and this might be the most important one, your value as a person has absolutely nothing to do with whether you win or lose.
In the end, Krishna doesn't give Arjuna a simple, easy answer. He gives him a framework to find his own. And so it leaves all of us with that very same question. In the middle of your own life, your own battlefield, what is the right, authentic action for you to take right here and now if you could just let go of the results?